Going into the background of the movie before getting into the trailer review. I know Archies comics exist, but I don't remember reading it or being into it during my school days. So when the announcement came that a Netflix-based film on Archies is also named Archies and that it is being directed by none other than Zoya Akhtar, I felt that it is amazing for an Indian to helm a project that have an immediate global audience. And I wasn't sure if this can actually showcase anything Indian at heart. Add to that, the casting of the film couldn't have been more controversial, as it looks like a project to launch 3 star kids in one movie. We have one of the biggest star who just gave 2 back-to-back 1,000 crore humongous blockbuster, SRK's daughter Suhana Khan, a forever legend who has a place in our hearts, our very own Sridevi's second daughter and Jahni Kapoor's little sister Khushi Kapoor, the living legend who is an inspiration for almost all the biggest stars in India. Amitabh Bachchan's grandson, his daughter's son, Agastya Nanda, all of them being part of the movie that raised an eyebrow amidst the whole debate about nepotism. If they wanted, they could have got themselves a bigger launch as part of mainstream cinema. I initially felt if them choosing Netflix platform is actually a climb down. I'm assuming that this generation young adults mostly do Netflixing and chilling, and that is mainstream for them. Also, did they choose this path because most of these rich kids hardly ever watch movies in theaters? They may actually watch them in their own home theaters within their palatial home. Whatever it is safe to say that at least they can be shielded from the harsh reality of box office openings and numbers. Now coming to the trailer. It opened with an amazing fact in history, and I'm not a history buff, so I had to Google and learn about Goan independence and South Africa independence happening together within days. I wondered, why was it highlighted? And why does it matter? It mattered because, as I suspected, much of the trailer you'll notice that there isn't much from our culture. So to justify looking more Western or European, including the name of the place Riverdale, the director had to highlight that the Goan independence happened much after India's independence. The director's hope is that it can help with 2 things: find more purchase in viewership, possibly in the Western and European markets, and also make it more palatable and acceptable for audience at home within India. The question is if it will actually help in making it palatable. And I'm not sure about the reference of South Africa has anything else to do in the movie. Overall, the trailer looks good, from highlighting a simple story with good plot point. The possible story, I suppose, is initially it is all about fun, and that slowly turns into a corporate acquisition or encroachment, taking over the kids' favorite bookstore and also removing the green cover, literally called Green Park, all to build a grand mall, setting up the main conflict of the movie. Add to that, one of the kids' dad doing all of this will possibly lead to an internal conflict within the group that may actually be the subplot, and then eventually all of them coming together in fighting back against the corporate greed. The production value is visible on the screen. The color palette and overall cinematography is very good, but still all of it resembles Western society. The question still is, does it have the emotional depth and relatability of the theme with the people in India, if India is the main target audience, or is even India the main target audience? Before going to the actors, I've seen almost 4 seasons of Riverdale, which is also available in the same platform, Netflix, and I'll have to say that the series is a big hit and all those actors performed really well. So at least for me, it felt like a remake. And then I browsed a little to learn that Riverdale also originated from the Archies comics, but the writers of that series changed many things in that series. So it is not exactly an actual adaptation. It is going to be a tough job for this movie to not look like a cheap copy trying to ape it, and then similarly for the young actors playing the important role. Now coming to the actors, most if not all of them are debuting with this film. Suhana Khan is Veronica Lodge as a rich kid returning from London, and it certainly looked like a good casting decision. You don't have to know that she's a SRK daughter, as she's inherited and it is written all over her face, so you'll always have a soft corner for her. Khushi Kapoor is Betty Cooper, and unlike her sister Janvi, she isn't a Sridevi lookalike, and this role looks apt for her, as this role, at least initially, is in the shadows of Veronica, like how she is in real life in the shadows of her sister. Let's see if she's like Kareena Kapoor, who can grow to be bigger star than her sister. Agastya Nanda is playing the main character Archie, who has both the leading ladies Veronica and Betty vying for him, and he also may probably have feelings for both of them in return. Let's see if he can be that main lead and shoulder a film. His uncle Abhishek Bachchan, though a decent actor, could not be a star and live up to the legacy of that Bachchan surname, except for a fleeting moment here and there. Let's see if he can live up without the pressure of carrying a Bachchan surname. There are other supporting young actors who are also debuting in this movie. Hope they also do great and have a good launch pad. Now coming to the director, Zoya Akhtar. She is a force to reckon with. Except for her first film, all her films have rich people problems, and yet she managed to connect with a larger audience, though you could say they're mostly multiplex audience, only because she does build good emotional threads in her movies for people to hold on and invest in it. So despite the film looking like a non-Indian movie, she is very much capable of weaving a great emotional saga among teenage friends with Archies. So let's hope it can overcome the cultural barriers to appeal to our Indian audiences, and possibly due to cultural resemblement and also due to the platform enablement, appeal to a larger Western audience as well. If you like the review, show your love by liking the video. Spread the love by sharing it with your friends, family, and bless us by subscribing to the channel so that we can keep meeting often. Thank you.